Good morning. Happy Mother's Day. For today's class, we're not going to get intense. Sunday morning, it's Mother's Day. We're going to stay nice and slow, do a little bit of stretching. We'll move a little bit, but let's enjoy our Sunday morning yoga class. Let's begin by laying on our back and just sink into your breath. Just feel the air going into and out of your body, and how those small areas in your body are reacting to your breath. On your next inhale, take your legs off the ground and exhale as you curl your knees into your chest, wrapping your hands around your shins. Just holding here and breathing. Just allowing your body to react. And release your left leg to the front of your mat, your right leg up to the sky. You can take your right hand to the inside of your knee. If you need to modify, you can bend your knee or keep it straight. You can hook your peace fingers around your big toes if they reach. Left arm is out to the side at a T position. Just hold here with your foot up towards the ceiling. And relax into your body. Every exhale, maybe taking your toes a tiny bit closer to the back wall. And then allow your right foot to drift off to the right, towards the ground, and your gaze off to the left. And allowing gravity to do most of the work for you. And sink into your breath. This class is going to be all about your breath and your body. Back up to center and cross your right ankle over your left knee and weave your right hand between your legs, clasping your fingers behind your left thigh. And then slowly allow your shin to descend towards your shoulders. And release. Let your right foot come down to the ground all the way to the front of your mat. Your left foot up to the sky. And again, hand to the inside of your knee, leg bent or straight, perhaps peace fingers around your big toes. Right hand is out to the side at a T. Just holding with your foot straight up. And with every exhale, easing towards the wall behind you. without any muscular force. And then let your left foot drift off to the left, opening your hip, your gaze to the right. Inhale back up to center, crossing your left ankle over your right knee, weaving your hand between, clasping your fingers behind your right thigh. And ease your knee open with your elbow as your shin sinks closer to your shoulders. And release both legs up towards the ceiling. Hands can be behind your thighs, behind your calves, or hooking your peace fingers around your big toes. Sit bones rolling down towards the ground. As you exhale, empty at the core, feet gently drifting towards the ground behind you. Release your legs, hug your knees tightly, lifting your forehead up to your knees, squeezing into a small ball. And as you release, roll to your right side. Make your way up through a seated position to tabletop. Hands far beyond your shoulders. And as you exhale, lower your sit bones towards your heels, forehead to the ground. Keeping your arms floating, hands solid on the ground. Shoulder blades wrapping around your back. Inhale, back up to center. With your toes still curled under, lift your hips up and back, downward dog. And walk your dog in. Settle into your dog. Lift up onto your toes, bend your knees slightly, roll your hips up towards the ceiling behind you as you sink into your shoulders just a little bit more. And as you exhale, straighten your legs, roll your heels down towards the ground. Keep your hips up and long. and then tiptoe to the front of your mat. Wrap your hands around your legs. Bend your legs as much as you need to place your whole weight against your thighs, and hug your knees or your thighs, let your head dangle. And perhaps with every exhale, to straighten your legs just a little more, but keep your body against your thighs. Release your arms. Let your hands dangle towards the ground, or hug opposite elbows, and allow your head to become completely relaxed. Lean back a little bit into your heels. Be light in your toes. Slowly roll all the way to stand. Crown of the head comes up last. Arms extend up overhead. Palms come together. And exhale to heart center. Inhale, arms wide and up overhead. Interlace your fingers, point your fingers straight up. Separate your feet hip distance apart. Feel the foundation in the soles of your feet as you inhale, reaching up towards the sky a little bit more. Exhale as your fingers trace to the right. Stay solid in both feet. Inhale back to center. Hold as you exhale. Inhale, extend even higher. Exhale to the left. Inhale back to center, hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep up. Hands through heart center, hinge at your hips with your knees slightly bent, fold all the way. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to the tops of your shins, extending your spine long. Exhale, forward fold. Hinging at your hips, knees slightly bent, arms, reverse swan dive, all the way to stand. Hands through heart center, fold forward. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Inhale, all the way up. Through heart center, forward fold. Halfway lift. Right foot steps to the back of your mat. Lower your knee down to the ground. Stack your hands on top of your left thigh. As you lunge your hips down towards the ground without shifting forward. Scissor your hips strongly here. And as you straighten your left leg, stack your right hip over your knee as your left toes lift towards the ceiling. Turn your body to frame your left leg And then hinge at the hips as you fold forward. The crown of your head reaching towards the top of your foot. And then begin to lunge into your front knee. Walk your hands to the inside of your front foot and off your mat. Be aware of your left knee over facing in the same direction as your middle toe, without letting it close inwards or outwards. Shift your hips towards the back left corner of the room, and then begin to bow down. Long, slow breaths. And lift your body up. Walk to center. Frame your front foot. Step back, high plank. Lower all the way down to the ground as you roll onto the tops of your feet. Elbows, forearms come down to the ground, elbows directly underneath your shoulders. And allow your belly to drop down as your heart lifts towards the ceiling. Isometrically draw your elbows back towards your hips to deepen into your back, right behind your heart. Keep your chin tucked in. Stay long in your spine. And allow your forehead to come all the way down to the ground. Hands beside your body, right ear to the ground, and completely relax. Allow the stress of the week and your day and your busy, maybe not so busy life right now, just drain away. Take your forehead to center, and then switch. Left ear to the ground. Forehead back to center. Plant your hands beside your low ribs. As you curl your toes under, lift up either from tabletop or high plank, hips up and back, downward dog. Right leg raises high to the sky. Knee to nose as you round your back deeply. Step between your hands as your left knee lowers to the ground. Hands to the top of your thigh. And lunge. Straighten your front leg. Left hip over your knee. Right toes to the ceiling. Frame your front leg and fold. Continuing to scissor your hips strongly here. And lunge into your front knee. Hands off the left side of your mat. Shift your hips back and lower down. Inhale, back to center. Frame your front foot. Step back, high plank. Lower all the way down to the ground. Arms out to a T. Right leg lifts high. Bend your knee and then take your right foot behind you until it touches the floor. Your left ear to the ground. Yogi's choice here, you can bend your right elbow to help sink into your left shoulder, or reach your right hand behind you, clasping your fingers. Wherever you are. Inhale back to center slowly. Left leg lifts. Bend your knee and allow it to go to the floor behind you. And go to where your posture allows you to go. Remember to breathe slowly and deeply. Inhale back to center. Plant your hands at your low ribs. Lift up through tabletop or plank downward dog. Tiptoe to the front of your mat. Inhale, sweep all the way up. Hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep all the way up. And as your hands come to heart center, step your right foot halfway back. Right foot to a 45-degree angle. Heel to heel alignment as you scissor your hips strongly here. Arms extend up. And as you exhale, hands behind you, clasping your fingers, maybe hugging your elbows, maybe reverse prayer. Wherever you are, shoulders shift back. Belly is tucked in as you roll your hips down. Exhale, hinge at the hips, and fold. Inhale to slowly lift your body up. Dial your toes all the way to the back of the room. Reposition yourself and fold. Inhale, release your hands as your arms extend all the way up to the ceiling. And then begin to fold forward, arms pointed straight. Hold here. Left hand drifts to the ground as your right hand lifts up, opening your body to the right side. Continuing to scissor your hips strongly. And as you inhale, lifting your body, windmill your hands as you dial your toes all the way to the front of the room. This time, right hand to the ground, left hand to the ceiling. Inhale as your hands come together, interlacing your fingers, pointing them forward, lift halfway. And then continue all the way to stand, step to the front of your mat. Take your feet wider than hip distance apart. Point your toes out slightly. And then as you sit down, staying on your heels, begin to sink. Take your feet as wide as you need to keep your heels on the ground, leaning into your heels. Lift your toes, elbows to the insides of your knees, and use the pressure in your hands to open your knees and your hips just a little bit more. Shift slightly, slowly, moving with your breath. Settle into the center. Take your right hand to the ground, to the outside of your foot, opening your right knee a little bit more, and take your left hand to your knee. And then as you press into your knee, shift your body towards the left, your gaze up towards the ceiling. Back to center. Hold for a breath or two. And then switch. Inhale, back to center. Hands to the ground. Lean into your fingers as you roll your heels up, dial your toes or your heels towards the back of the room. Lower your heels back down. Now your feet should be parallel with the mat. Then begin to straighten your legs slowly as you stay folded. Keep your arms to the insides of your legs. Inhale halfway, but keep your hands on the ground as you walk your feet a little bit wider. Keep the sides of your feet parallel with your mat and begin to sit your hips down. Knees working in the same direction as your toes. Use your arms to keep balance. Only go down as far as you can without falling. Use your elbows to open your knees and roll your hips down towards the ground a little bit more. This can be very, very intense. Use your breath. No force in your body. As you exhale, begin to straighten your legs, but continue to fold the crown of your head down towards the ground, walking your hands back. Inhale, halfway. Take both hands to the ground, just below your shoulders. Walk your right hand directly underneath your nose. Choices here. If you're flexible enough, you can go down to your forearm. If not, stay on your hand. As your left hand extends up to the sky, twist open to the left side. Inhale, back to center. Hold for a breath. And then exhale to switch. Inhale, back to center. Arms sweep all the way up. Hands to heart center. Feel the foundations of your feet here. Arms sweep all the way up. Interlace your fingers. Shift your hips forward slightly as your fingers trace the ceiling back. Inhale, back to center. Hands to heart center. Take your hands to your hips. Dial your body. Keep your hips squared to the side of the room, I suppose, as you begin to look out over the outside of your right leg. And as you fold to the outside of your right leg, take your right hand to your heel, your left hand to your toes. Keep all toes pointing to the side of the room. And fold. Take your left hand to either the outside of your right foot or to your shin, heel wherever you can reach, and then right hand extends up to the sky. As your left shoulder drifts towards your knee. Inhale, back to center. Walk your hands across. Inhale, arms sweep all the way up. Interlace your fingers. Exhale into a back. Inhale, back up. Frame your left leg. Keep your hips square to the front. Keep your toes parallel with the front and back of your mat if you're sideways. Then begin to fold left hand to your heel, right hand to your toes. Always inhaling for a little bit of length and exhaling to fold a little deeper. Take your right hand to your left heel, your shin, or your foot as your left hand extends up towards the sky. Folding your right shoulder towards your knee. Inhale, back to center. Dial your toes back out to a 45-degree angle and lower your hips as close to the ground as possible in a wide Malasana. And hands to the ground. Dial your toes to the front of your room. Step back, high plank. Lower down, all the way to the ground. And again, hands to your sides, right ear to the ground. Forehead to center. And exhale, switch. Forehead back to center. Hands to your low ribs. Lift up, downward dog. Feel the difference in your body from your first dog to the dog that you have right now. And tiptoe to the front of your mat. And forward fold. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Roll all the way to stand. Arms sweep up. Through heart center, forward fold. Halfway lift. Right foot steps back. That knee can go to the ground or keep it floating off the ground as your hands come to the top of your thigh. If you wish to take this further, you can take your hands up to the sky, to your hips. If you wish to go even further into this posture, roll to the top of your foot. Make sure that your front knee does not pass your ankle. And stack your right hip over your knee. We're going to go into half Hanuman again, but if you have full Hanuman, begin to walk your back leg back until your front leg is almost completely straight. Remember to scissor your hips strongly here. Front toes up to the ceiling. And wherever you are, begin to walk your hands forward and fold over your front leg. Full Hanuman, begin to walk your body up, curl your back toes under, walking your back leg in. Float your back leg off the ground and step to the front of your mat. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Roll all the way to stand. Hands through heart center. Forward fold. Halfway left. Left foot steps back. Again, knee to the ground or floating. Hands to the tops of your knees or thighs. Hips or above your head, interlacing your fingers. If you wish, to roll over to the top of your foot. Just make sure your front knee is not past your ankle. And frame your front foot. Step back, half Hanuman or full Hanuman. Wherever your practice is. And fold. And begin to walk your body up. Walk your back leg in. Step back, downward dog. Walk your dog in. And settle into your dog. Right leg raises high. Knee to nose. Right knee to your wrist and your foot to the left side of your mat, setting up for half pigeon. Before we go into half pigeon, I'm going to invite everybody to just sit with your body upwards. If it's in your practice, bend your back leg, reach back with your left hand to the inside of your foot. And then hug your heel close to your body. Maybe your foot slides up to your elbow crease. If your foot is in your elbow crease, point your fingers straight up. Just hold here, hugging into your knee, going deep into your thigh muscle. And release your foot back down to the ground. Walk your hands forward. Forward fold. Half pigeon. This might be a moment where we can reflect. What emotions are being brought up? What thoughts are coming through our head? And begin to walk your body up. Drag your left knee behind your right knee. Keep your heels tight to your body. As you sit down, stack your knee on top of your knee without it lifting towards your shoulders. Keep your legs as tight as possible. Both sit bones to the ground. And begin to fold over your front leg. Walk your body up. Allow your right knee to lift with your right toes facing the front of the room. You can keep your left heel tucked in tight, or you can extend it straight in front of you. Left arm up to the sky. Stretch through the left side of the body. Turn to the right, and then allow your elbow to come down to your thigh. You can go into the bind if it's in your practice, or right hand behind you for support, or hands in prayer. Inhale, back to center. Take your left shin parallel to the front of your mat. And then stack shin on shin. Knees only as wide as your sit bones, no wider. And then begin to fold. And inhale to come back up. Lean into your left hip as your right foot sweeps all the way behind you. Setting up for half pigeon. Again, let's settle into our hips here. Bend your knee, reach back for the inside of your foot, and perhaps have it slide up to your elbow crease. Just hug your heel in tight. Go into your thigh deeply here. And release your right foot to the ground and fold over your left. Walk your body up. And again, draw your right knee in behind your left knee, keeping your knees tight. Sit down between your feet, keeping your knees stacked tight on top of each other. Heels as close to your body as possible. And fold. Inhale to walk your body up. Stack your shins, one on top of the other. You know that your knees will be the right distance when your foot is floating off your leg. And fold. Walk your body up. Release your legs. Extend your legs long. Release your sit bones. Take a long inhale, extending long through the spine. Stay hollow in your core as you fold. Inhale to walk your body up. Slowly roll all the way onto your back. Legs lifted, knees bent to 90 degrees, arms out to the sides of the T. Stack your right ankle over your left knee, and then allow your right foot to drift off to the left until it connects with the floor. Your whole left leg is on the floor. Gaze goes off to the right. And as you lay here, just allow your shins to start coming together, letting your right knee drift towards the front. No need to force anything. Just let gravity do the work. Inhale back to center. And switch legs. And let your left foot drift off to the right. Gaze to the left. And then allow your shins to start falling towards each other. Inhale back to center. Hug your knees tight. Keep the back of your head on the ground and roll your hips down towards the ground to try and either have your entire back against the ground or that natural arch in your low back just to be lifted off your mat. Inhale deeply and release. Hands to your sides. Feet to the front, heels as wide as your mat. Take one deep inhale and release. As you lie in Shavasana, all the thoughts and emotions that have come up through this practice melt through your body into your mat and back into the ground. And begin to sink into your breath again, bringing your awareness back to your body with your inhales, creating lightness, and your exhales, grounding. Extend your hands to the back of the room and your feet together towards the front, inhaling for a long stretch. Hold at the top of your breath. And sigh out. Inhale. Quick release. Let it all go. And then bend your knees as you roll to your right side. And make your way up to a comfortable cross-legged position. Hands in your lap, palms up. Eyes closed or soft on the mat in front of you. And take your hands together, thumbs to heart center. In a gesture of gratitude that we can feel. And take your thumbs to your lips in a gesture of gratitude that we can express ourselves. And take your thumbs to your third eye at your forehead in a gesture of gratitude that we can connect our bodies with our minds and our spirits. Thank you for joining me this Mother's Day Sunday morning, honoring your practice and your body. I acknowledge each one of you. Namaste. Have a great week, guys. I'll see you on Friday again.